So anyways, it's just been one of those days where I'm just like, Lord. It's been a decent day because I got my groceries and I got a few groceries, you know what I'm saying? It was good because they had at least 5 bottles of the water that I like to drink up there. But it wasn't so good because the ones that my son usually drinks and runs through didn't have, but it's alright. The ones we have in there, I can, are easy to carry if we needed to move them and all that stuff. So, because they got the handles. But yeah. So it is October the 3rd. It is Thursday, October 3rd, 2024. I'm in my feelings and emotions and all that because I just don't know which way to turn. I don't know how something is going to happen for me when it's starting to look like, oh, there's the glimmer of hope. The next thing you know, it's not. I'm trying to tell you, I just want it laid out, lit up, the path just lit up, illuminated, and all the signs saying, right here, this is it. But that has not occurred for me, so I don't know. But yeah, I've been seeing what's going on. Of course, still just talking about all the recovery processes and stuff for the hurricane and stuff, hurricane destruction. Just seeing new perspectives on it and everything like that or whatever. Some people have some interesting takes on it. Yeah, I was sitting in there trying to explain some stuff to my son earlier because, again, just wrapped up in that game. Don't want to lift his head for nothing else. Just didn't want to hear what I had to say because he just wanted to focus on playing this game. So, at this point, I just let God, sometimes I be feeling like, Lord, I'm in the house with him, so I can cause the earth shaking thing that'll get his attention. But let God speak to my son specifically and directly, which he did earlier today. So he can get his attention, whether it be a dream, whether it be a vision, whether it be something in his, something else spiritual and affect his mental. Not mental. Ooh, bind and rebuke that in the name of Jesus. It could maybe temporarily affect his mental state, but his emotional state. I just don't be wanting nothing to affect my kid's mental because it's already enough stuff going on. Yeah, but affect something, concerning him and directly and without me. Shoot, similar to how my daughter got saved, but it's different, of course. But my daughter got saved without. I just was obedient, and then next thing you know, God did what He does best. So hey, and I wasn't in there, so I'm thankful. But I was obedient. The other person was obedient, who had the invitation to Christ, and so hey. All things work together for the good of those that love the Lord and are called according to His purposes. And so, so I communicated with my daughter today. I don't want to say on and off. We kind of was more consistent or whatever. She was telling me about how she went to the stores and they didn't have much of anything in the stores, but they had water reserves or like water on reserve or whatever because people was just going crazy. So they probably had plenty of water. They just put it out there to the people. That this is this or whatever because this is day 3 of the strike and I'm loving that for them. You know what I'm saying? It's amazing. It's different and it's definitely hitting differently. Hey, I guess let me just say this: people have gotten in these positions and stuff like that and they just decided, hey, this is the way we get in here and this is the way that we can affect, because bottom line, nobody can really make you get up and go. You know what I'm saying? Order you to get up and go and participate and partake in their type of employment anyway. But I do wish that the energy could be used and spent on something else, like spending time with family, spending time with loved ones, and things of those natures. But God knows what He's doing, so that's that. But some of them have brought their families out there, so I do see their families being out there with them, supporting them. So that's time spent with their family. So I love that. Even though it might not be the ideal time. But yeah, the blood applied to my mind, will, and emotions today. Cause I'm just I just feel like I'm going through it because I keep on having the feeling and the thoughts and stuff of just worrying. Like, yeah, the one thing I didn't have to worry about today was my groceries, and the one thing I didn't have to worry about was not getting some water, because we had, we already had 3 packs left in here, but I just bought the other 5 gallons or whatever. But we can run through that water real quick, especially with my youngest son drinking it up like he do. But I mean, with all of us. But yeah. But anyway, so that was one thing I didn't have to worry about. Another thing I didn't have to worry about was having contact with my daughter. She did tell me she still ain't talking to anybody at the school. That tries to bother me, because it's like, dang, it's not one person that, you know what I'm saying, 1 or 2 people out of a whole school. And I know that, and it's just the fact that I know that feeling. Like, out of a whole neighborhood, it's barely anybody. The ones that I did feel like I could trust or whatever, it came to a point where it's like, I don't know at this point whether I could trust you. I don't know how to deal with you, so I'd rather just steer clear, so I don't disrespect you, so you don't disrespect me or anything like that, because I just know. The other thing is just, it's like, does my daughter stand out that much to where, you stand out that much to where, and I know God's light and his power emanates, but it's just, I don't know, it's just different. Like they say, it just hit different. Cause you just be like, man, what is it? So the way that God did speak to my son today is, I think I might have got up at like 7 something this morning or so, and had to use the restroom. And of course, I did not want to be up that early at all. I was still feeling sleepy, still feeling tired. But he said he had a dream that I was coming in there to say grocery time or whatever. And I was only, and then when he had the dream, I was coming in the door like seconds later. And I was going to use the restroom, but I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything about the groceries. I think I had already had my stuff in my basket from last night. So I guess once I got up at like 7:30, 7:45 this morning, I think. Let me see. Because it'll tell me the exact time that I did place the order. Duh. Because I almost forgot that, these devices keep this record. Right now my phone is on 27%. I hope that I don't look at it when it say that number 26. But I've been seeing 26 before I even came in the room. 7:59 p.m. is when I must press the button. So 7:45ish or whatever, that's when that's when I walked in there to use the restroom. And I seen him turning over and stuff like that, and I was just looking. I think I asked him, did he have his do-rag on? Did he sleep with it on? Because I wanted his hair to be, just stay intact a little bit. And I really still got to do my youngest son's hair for real, and do something with mine at this point. But yeah, he said, that's what I was saying to him in the dream. And then next thing you know, I was walking in. And then, without me having to say a word, I was getting ready to order the groceries right after that. So he had the dream beforehand, and then, so I'm just telling him, that's God speaking to you. That's why I be needing him to be focused and stop being so wrapped up in that game and stuff like that, and learn how to discipline himself to get off. Like, I know of so many grown men that still just be playing these games and stuff with people's emotions and stuff. But I'm talking about the video games for hours and hours. Even my previously known stepdad, he did it. When we was younger, he would play it for a long time or whatever. But he was a grown man to me back then. So I'm just like, he was a grown man, period. But I'm just saying, he was a grown man to me. He was a grown working man, and so I'm like, I was just like, I was just like, hold on, let me put this on here. I had to try to handle some business so the business don't handle me. Shoot, I'm about to turn my battery percentage off, and I won't be seeing nothing. Like, I won't have to see the actual percent that it's on. Because at this point, it's really trying to get on my nerves. It's been getting on my nerves. I did on, I think, September 30th say, okay, Lord, it feels like it's just trying to overtake me. Whatever it is, I come into agreement. But you come to get this down? Because now I'm doing a video. Alright, well, you can wait about 10 minutes and I'll give you this tablet. Well, alright. Okay, well, good. So I can finish my video. But yeah, I turned the percentage off, baby. So that's one place I will not see it, because it's getting on my nerves for real. But then the other phone got a nerve to, well, it's not the time, it's the percentage, so we good. But yeah, so yeah, they be playing their games or whatever, and I just don't want my son to get caught in that. Like, you just want stuff a lot of times, because some people don't, but me personally, I want for my kids, where I didn't learn quicker about something, I want them to grasp it. And I do trust God with that, and I see how God operates in their life and be moving on them and in them. So I'm thankful for it. I know I can't just make it come to pass and make it manifest as far as how they learn and how they receive from the Lord. They have to participate in that, and it's a good thing. It's an amazing thing. But sometimes I just get to feeling a little overly concerned, and like, Lord, I know what household they being raised in. Why don't this look like it's in effect? What's going on? So that's that or whatever. But I just thought that was awesome, though, how God spoke to him, before something that I was about to do. And yeah, and it came to pass or whatever. And I asked him, I said, did he feel like that was prophetic or just a coincidence? Because we already know that we are going to do the grocery shopping, and we know down to, round about the time we going to do it, the date and all of that. But yeah, and he said he thought it was prophetic. It was more accurate type, basically predicting what would be done before it was happening. So that's my thing. I'm like, I know, God, you're speaking to him. So let him take it in. I can't, force it on him or anything like that. Well, I don't want to anyway. But that, and then of course, my daughter, she said that she took precautions to prepare on day one of when I told her about the port strike and stuff like that, and went and stocked up. I guess her so-called dad took her to stock up or whatever. I don't know, but I definitely wasn't talking about for him. I was talking to her, but I do know that, that's the residence she been at, so, it's the adult or whatever that's supposed to. So then, after my experience and stuff last night, I haven't had any updates with that today, or, I don't want to say luck, but, like, I just haven't had any more of the more positive type outlook on it or whatever, or like what I was thinking was going to occur quickly at that. Furthermore, it seemed like what I was thinking was going to occur as far as last night, it seemed like it kind of like tried to jump from what I've been thinking was going to occur over the last probably like 2 months. I'm trying to think, was it longer? Probably about 2 months or so, maybe. But it could be longer because of the overall time frame that I've been on what I've been on. So yeah. But I'm sitting here trying to focus, trying to win this little game, man. They trying to play with my emotions and stuff. That's the song to say, they don't want me to win. They don't want me to win. If I do, they know the whole squad gonna make it. They don't want me to win. If I do, they know the whole squad get dangerous. But for real, it's like, and it was a prophetic word too about that. It's like they don't. If you win, it's the generational stuff is going to be, torn down and all that stuff. I don't know, and it's just, it's just like, Lord, just do what you gonna do. Or I don't want to say I bind and rebuke that in the name of Jesus. I was almost feeling like, Lord, just allow the enemy to go ahead and do what he gonna do, because he putting that pressure on him. But now, rebuked. Correct my tongue. I just want God to do what he's gonna do and have his way in this earth realm and in this atmosphere. I haven't been in much prayer today. Oh, but I was watching a video of a lady who last December, she tried to take the life of her grandchild. And it was, her son's, it was her son and the son's baby mama and the baby there. And it's coming up on the time where she's about to go to court by the end of the month, the end of this month to be exact. And, I didn't really I'm gonna be real, I didn't get fazed by the crime that she committed. I know a lot of people was like, oh, that's horrible, and what took place, and this, that, and the third. It's horrible, it sounds horrible, and of course at first glance and all that, at surface, it definitely seems horrible, but I don't look at things the same anymore, so I don't know how to call it. But boy, when she was in there doing, and it wasn't even really the interrogation, it was her, what she was saying in the interrogation room to the camera. She just had a message. It kept fast forwarding through. I would have liked to have seen the whole interview and all of the camera footage, but they didn't play it. They fast forwarded through a lot of it, but a lot of it they played. And when I tell you what she was saying, she was right. She was going back to just talking about the raping and the pillaging of this country and what happened and all of that. But it wasn't the same as when other people have said it before. She just spoke out how angry she was, and how she was tired of it and stuff like that. Now, as far as what actually led to her actions and what she did, I don't know what took over her and possessed her to do that, because I don't agree with that. But it's like sometimes it does give that, like, you just want to respond in anger so much that you want to tear some stuff up. You want to knock some people out. You want to... It's some stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, that's that or whatever. And I mean, I just be feeling like people don't gotta understand. It is what it is. God understands and God knows what it is. No, I don't agree with shedding innocent blood and anything like that. But sometimes, is some people's blood guilty by association, even if they are, even if it's a young person, a child or whatever, the child definitely is seemingly innocent, but is sometimes their blood, or are they guilty by association and by who they who birthed them? I don't know. I'm just starting to feel that way, like. And I guess, too, because about how the Bible says that the sins of the father, a lot of people just quote that and then they stop it. But the sins of the father, will be visited upon the children. And it's like, that's why I be trying so hard to make sure that I'm, like, doing what I'm supposed to do and stuff like that. And that my children can grasp what they need to. And then I be feeling like, it's about the ones that I chose to have children with. I gotta be concerned about some of that, because I don't know all their actions. I don't know when they've been by themselves, or when they've been around somebody, what have they done to somebody that, that could try to be visited upon my children. Like, I be worried. I be feeling scared, worried, concerned mess if I don't get into prayer. And so, yeah. So, I'm not justifying what she said, what she did. But what she was saying adds up. She was talking about how they build up all these structures. And she was just saying how, Mother Earth needs to be nurtured back to health and stuff like that. And I don't do Mother Earth. I just believe in Father God, who created heaven and earth. But It's living, or so many living organisms. Not me over here about to choke. But it's so many living organisms here that inhabit this place that, it's something. So, I don't know, man. It's just such a fallen world we live in, and it seems to have gotten out of hand, and it's just disrespectful, and a whole lot is going on, and shaking and moving during this time. Yeah, during, what I'm saying, just like this year, as some said, that they love to say that Cat Williams was like a prophet. He said that these truths and things would come out, but man, this been happening even before that, though. Like the Bible says, the earth groans and has basically pangs. It has pain. Let me see if I can look it up. It's like labor pains. I'm saying pangs, but labor. Let me see. The earth has labor pains. Let's see. The idea that the earth is in labor pains comes from Romans 8:22, which states, "We know that the whole creation is groaning in labor pains even until now." Some say that the universe refers to the difficult times in the world as birth pains. Yeah, birth pains. So I was right when I said pains. Others say that the verse is about the process of creation, which is similar to the process of gestation. Romans 8:23 continues, "And not only that, but we ourselves who have the first fruits of the Spirit, we also groan within ourselves as we wait for adoption, the redemption of our bodies." And I read that a couple times today because I was reading about praying in the Spirit, groaning in the utterances, and then speaking in tongues, both. And so, man, I was showing my son that and stuff like that, because the lady on the video, she had you could tell she had cried out. Well, she screamed out with something that I know that only God can understand. First, she did say in words that we can understand, "I'm angry." And then after that, she hollered out, and my son was like, she glitched, or it glitched or something. And I was like, I don't think that was a glitch. That was really her crying out in the spirit, because of what's been going on and taking place. And man, it was just a lot. And I know that I have done that myself plenty of times before. When somebody done pissed me off and I got angry, and I didn't respond to them how I wanted to, wanting to cuss somebody on the, cuss somebody out, wanting to, probably just get active. Get actively violent, you know what I'm saying? And I just instead just screamed out and cried out in the spirit and just let God fill me and take over this place, and just had to cry out and get a release. I just could feel that, and I could sense that from her. And again, that's not to reduce or say what she did wasn't wrong, but I think when they asked her, "Do you think what you did was wrong?" They was asking her some crazy questions too, asking her, "Do you feel powerful now that you did that?" Basically, now that you did what you did. And I'm like, the way they even posed it, and then they were asking her stuff, they understood what she was saying clearly. And they were saying, she started talking about all that and the raping and the pillaging, and they were like, "Well, we're not talking about what your ancestors did. We're talking about what you did tonight." And it was just it's like a setup. It just gives setup vibes. It's like, what can you do? How can you, what can you do? Besides almost submit to somebody's demands that hate you, that don't like you, you know what I'm saying? What can you do? What else is there for us to do? And, that's when I started to feel like, Lord, why are you allowing this to go on? Why are you not interfering? Why are you not intervening? Then there's other times when I'm like, okay, Lord, I know that you're doing something in this. I just can't see it, but I have the faith, but and then it just is it doesn't feel like it's happening fast enough, but I know something is happening, and, so on and so forth. So, I don't know, man. It was a lot. It was a whole lot of. But anyway, I know that I feel like I need to pray, so I'm definitely going to do that. I just wanted to hop on here and do a video, but it was just, it's been one of them days. It's been one of them days. I definitely am asking and trusting God for a breakthrough. It was I read something on, what was it, GodQuestions.org about about ooh, wait, what was it? Lord, I know I ain't forgot. Wait a minute. Let me see. Let me go look at my history. Because I need to actually read. I bookmarked it today, as a matter of fact. Let's see. Hold on. Let's see. There it is. I'm glad I did. Anyway, how does the Spirit intercede for us with groanings that cannot be uttered? And it was making the point of it was making the point of like, some of us be praying for something miraculous to happen, and then others be praying for the strength to continue to endure. And I was just like, yeah, I'm praying for that miraculous relief, and because I already feel like I've been suffering and going through a whole lot. I don't feel like I've been through the worst, like I see it seems like some people have, but sometimes it seems like some people only, they go through the worst like once and then it's over for them and they don't have to experience that ever again. Me, the suffering and the, what is it, long suffering and stuff that I've been dealing with, it's like, it's not once, it keeps occurring. It might not be the, you know what I'm saying, it might not go to the depths, thank God, I be thanking God, but it be one, I mean, it always keeps coming up. It's like it don't ever end. So that's, it's like they say, the thorn in your flesh and stuff like that. But let me see exactly. Hold on. So we not know. You know, it's a longing to put on our heavenly bodies. That's what they were saying. Okay, it says most of us have struggled in prayer, wondering whether to pray for deliverance from our suffering, miraculous relief and rescue. That's what I'd be wanting. Or the strength to endure through it. And see, that's the thing. I'd be asking God for deliverance, and I'd be asking God for miraculous relief and rescue. Maybe today I need to pray for the strength to endure through this or continue. I don't know. God knows. I don't feel like that's what I need to pray. I'm just saying maybe. So hopefully I'm leaning more towards miraculous rescue and deliverance. You know what I'm saying? Whatever deliverance I need, but deliverance itself. You know what I'm saying? So that was that. I just thought that was interesting. Because I was like, "Ooh, Lord, I know I'm leaning towards miraculous rescue. Deliverance is okay, but miraculous rescue is wonderful. That's what I receive in the name of Jesus. That's what I ask God to allow to break through in my life and send forth, and as an open heaven over my head. As far as that, praying for the strength to just continue to endure. Ooh wee. If we got to, if it's a must, but I'll say the blood applied, and that's where I'm asking for mercy. I'm asking God for grace. You know, if somebody feel like I don't deserve it, I'm just asking, Lord, I hope you see fit that I deserve it. I ain't worrying about what they got to say. But anyway, we heading on into the weekend, and it will soon be a new week. It will not. Now it's kind of not moving as slow as it was before, but you know, God is still allowing a certain type of pace to be in effect. But anywho, so yeah, before I continue on, I'm going to get into prayer. I'm just going to continue to seek the Lord while he may be found. I mean, because I know he here, but yeah, just once again, a joy to communicate with all my children. A definite joy that my daughter reached out to me first today. I talked to her last night. She last said something, then she reached out to me today. So, you know, I want this. I want that ongoing connection with my daughter. I don't want to disconnect from my daughter at all. And some days I'll be feeling like, well, maybe I don't need to say anything, but I always have something stirred up on the inside where I say something. And of course, just natural, you want to check on your kids and stuff. Even like when I used to go to the grocery store and I just leave my kids at home, I'm messaging, y'all all right? I'll be back. I'm communicating, letting them know, hey, I'll be back at in this amount of time or whatever the case may be. That's my loved one. So may God continue to bless her from the crown of her head to the soles of her feet, uplift her, continue to elevate her, bring her to the place in Him that He knows, and meet her at her places of need, whether it's for her mental, praying now, regarding her coming on her cycle for relief from her cramps, or now that might be where you have to pray for the strength to endure it. I do pray for her strength to endure it if that's what she has to, but I just, I definitely got a little recent whiff of the cramps, the last week in September, and I was, ooh, baby, that dull pain did not go away. It wasn't, so traumatic and dramatic, because of course I've had my cycle for 20 some years now, but so just saying 20 something years, give or take 1 year, because the whole year I did not come on my cycle. But yeah, 20 something years now. So yeah, I had to endure and live through them, and all the bleeding. My body done shed all that blood over these years. I don't know. I need to, let me look that up. Over a 20-year period, how many? Over a 20-year period, how much blood does a woman shed from? Not shed. Don't shed. You ain't shed no blood. Your uterus lining and shit. Over a 20-year period, how much blood does a woman lose during her cycle? The average amount of blood a woman loses during their menstrual cycle is about 2 to 3 tablespoons. Yeah, it feels about right. 60 milliliters. This is usually spread out over a period of 4 to 5 days. A period is considered heavy if a woman loses more than 80 milliliters of blood during one cycle. Signs of heavy menstrual bleeding include needing to change your pad. Okay, yeah. Alright, so let's just say 80 milliliters of blood. 80 milliliters times 5.
The answer is 400 milliliters.
400 milliliters times 12.
The answer is 4,800 milliliters.
4,800 milliliters times 20.
The answer is 96,000 milliliters.
So let's just say 96,000 milliliters of blood over 20 years. Baby. You never know if we supposed to been catching and collecting that blood, and I'm not saying take it to a blood drive or anything, but they be taking the placenta, so it's like, why not take the woman's blood, and not to do witchcraft with it, but I'm just saying save lives. Let's just say that. Maybe, you never know if God meant for us to do that. Ooh wee, but I don't know. All I'm saying is, nah, it's waste. don't let me have y'all out here doing some more other stuff. It's waste. It's, what I'm saying, it's coming out, and it's not meant to go into anybody as far as I'm concerned, and I'll just leave it at that. Do not have me out here have y'all looking crazy. But anyways, I ate some leftover food from last night. I did order the steak and cheese and like a little Italian type sub. We had some French fries. We had some cheesecake, and we had some wings. So I had a little corner of my sub left today. About a quarter of a sub left, and like two and a half wings. And I just ate that, and of course I ate my fruit. I should have ate the fruit that I do not prefer first, because of course it's the cantaloupe, which is left in there. But I did eat my melons, and I ate my watermelon, and then I ate some grapes, and I just tried to do good with that. All I'm gonna do for the rest of the day is be snacking on certain stuff. maybe a few cookies to get me something sweet, possibly, or maybe shoot, what is it? Definitely gonna do my little Ritz and cheese and stuff. And that's it. I bought me 2 salads. I didn't buy any meat because I didn't want no meat to be in that freezer going to waste. Because I don't know what's supposed to take place. Still uncertain. Still, you know, just don't know. But I'm not gonna delay. I'm gonna get in prayer because I just feel like I need to. So with that said, I'll be back sooner or later.